When you're making packages, it's easiest if you make a separate track for each layer. So one track for your narration, one track for the interview, one track for sound effects, and one final track for background. This is just for music that you might play underneath, just to make it sound a bit nicer. To import a new track, go to Tracks, Add New, then Stereo. What you're going to need to do is fade in your tracks. This will make it sound a lot cleaner when your BA fades in the music. So you're going to go to Effects, Fade In, and then you should see something like this. Okay, now you're going to have to do the same for the other side. So go drag over your selection and say Fade Out, and it should look much better. Now when you play it through, it will all sound much more professional. When you made all your separate layers and you brought in all your audio, you're going to have something a bit like this. Usually your packages should be about 3 to 5 minutes long. So you've got some introductory narration, some interview pieces, a few sound effects, and your backing audio. Make sure you have a good mix of narration and audio, and you use your sound effects sparingly, otherwise it will sound a bit unprofessional. If you're going to use a backing track, make sure it's quite calm so it doesn't distract from the speaking, and it's at a low volume so you can still hear your voices. When your interviewees speak, they're often and in their sentences, and when they say words beginning with P or T, it'll often make a sharp click when it records in the microphone. If you leave these errors in, it'll sound really unpleasant for your listeners, and they'll often switch off. So what you're going to have to do is play through your audio.
Where I talk about my favourite Nicolas Cage film.
Right. As you hear here, we've got him saying Now we can't leave that in, so what we're going to have to do is zoom in. If you want to loop the audio, you can hold down Shift and press play.
Nicolas Cage film. Nicolas Cage film.
Clearly got something here. Now, we're going to zoom in even further and take out the bit we don't want. Here you just press delete, and that's all you have to do. When we zoom out again and play the audio,
where I talk about my favourite Nicolas Cage film,
it's now perfect.